absolutely went into marriage knowing I was going to become a divorcee. There was no question in my mind. I knew at some point we would get divorced. The only question mark was when. I thought, when I'm 40, maybe I'd get that title. Maybe then I'd earned it, 10 years down the track. Because I think 10 years in a marriage, that's a pretty good innings in this day and age. That's like a good run. Turns out it was just the 3. In the end, that's all we kind of reached our limit with. I'm not going to get married again unless it's someone with terrible health, no living other relatives, and a lot of money.
Haven't we been told that women love commitment, that women are the loyal ones? They just want their happily ever after, that marriage and monogamy is just a dream come true for women? Yeah, we've been lied to. Women are terrible at commitment. That's why 70% of divorces are initiated by women. You've got women entering marriage already thinking about divorce because women are privileged. Marriage gives women special rights that men do not have access to, and getting divorced activates those rights. If you want to understand why so many women are suddenly leaving their husbands, you need to look at the societal incentive structures that we have in place. I'm going to allow a divorce lawyer to explain.
Key problem I have with marriage as it is done currently here in the West and in other places, but certainly the clay in which I work, is that there are certain promises the law can enforce, and there are certain promises it can't. So if we acknowledge, if we say the quiet part out loud, that in the majority of heterosexual marriages, the man brings protection and providing, and the woman brings kindness, warmth, and care, right? And sex. That's the economy. That's the economy. I didn't make that up. Don't get fucking mad at me in the comments. I didn't make it up. It was here before me. It's going to be here after me, I promise, right? So that's the game. That's the economy. His roles, his obligations are enforceable by law. So state power can be used to enforce his obligations, not hers. The court cannot order her to be nice to him, or to fuck him, or to stay pretty, or to stay sweet and friendly to him and kind to him, or speak nicely of him, or raise the children in a meaningful way that creates value to him instead of teaching them to disrespect him, right? But his promises in that, shelter, food, financial obligations, court can force you to do that. And if you don't do it, they can put you in jail, or they can take away your driver's license, your professional licenses. So what is that? When you have a contract where only one side is enforceable by law under penalty of law, like that is a dangerous game to play if you're a man, period.
Straight up, this is one of the reasons why so many men do not want to get married anymore. It's too vulnerable. What is to stop a woman from completely reneging on her promises to her husband? He's completely powerless. And it is especially painful because what men want out of a marriage is actually very sweet and wholesome. Look at this graph. You see that the top factors that men are looking for when choosing a wife have barely changed in 70 years. He wants her to be dependable, loving, emotionally stable, intelligent, have a pleasing disposition. These are all different ways to say the same thing. He wants companionship with a sweet, loving woman who is kind to him, who makes his life pleasant. In exchange, if he receives all of that, of course, he is happy to financially provide. But women are always in control because she can treat him like shit, and after he signs that marriage contract, he's trapped. He can't get out of it without halving his finances and risking access to his children. Women have the power and they know it.
So there's a few things that I don't do as a married woman. Number 1, I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 2, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out. Number 3, I do not do his laundry.
Does this sound like a wife, like a supportive partner? Absolutely not. But let me ask you this question. What exactly is the man meant to do in response if this is the treatment that he receives? He says, we're married. Please be nice to me. Have sex with me. Support me. Help me out. He can beg for those things, but bottom line, he has no power. His options are to put up with it and stay miserable inside the marriage, or get a divorce and risk access to his children and lose a bunch of his money. This is so unequal. It is so unfair. How have women gotten away with this? The answer is by lying. We have been lied to in this culture. You, since the day you were born, have been lied to. I'm going to explain what those lies are and their significance in the rest of this video. But first, I want to quickly address another lie that is frequently told to men, which is that if you are experiencing erectile dysfunction, then the only solution available to you as a man is pharmaceuticals. Yes, there's worrying side effects, but if you want to fix this issue, that's really your only option. If you want your penis to work properly, you're going to have to suck it up. That is a lie. There is another option, and it's completely natural. You still need to suck it up, but not in the way that you think. I'm talking about hydro pump technology from Bathmate. You use these products in the shower with water so that the pressure is evenly distributed, and as you pump, it draws blood into your penis, giving you a strong erection. When it comes to ED, so much of the battle is psychological, but users of Bathmate products consistently say that it is a huge confidence booster to use these products to look down and to see yourself rock hard. Bathmate pumps are high quality and customers love them. They have thousands of 5-star reviews. They're manufactured in the UK, they're FDA inspected, and they offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. An incredible deal. You can order it, try it, see if it works for you. If not, no harm done, no risk. And best news of all, Bathmate are currently running a Black Friday giveaway special. Go to their website, make sure that you sign up so that you don't miss out. Click on the link in the description box below and get on top of this problem today. Now, I know that you've been told all of your life how privileged you are as a man and how terrible the treatment of women is in our society. But tell me, in marriage, where exactly is the man's privilege? Because I can't find it. It's the money, feminists claim. He controls the finances. Therefore, he has all of the power. But as Warren Farrell spoke about in his book, The Myth of Male Power, the fact that the man is making the money is not what is important. What is he spending it on? If he busts his ass 6 days a week in some manual labor job that is breaking his spirit, and he uses that money to provide for his wife, to provide for his children, does it make him powerful or does it place him under their power? Honestly, the sexism that this culture has towards men is so disgusting and sick. Imagine that, the noblest of all male endeavors, to sacrifice our own comfort, to take miserable jobs so that we can make the lives of the women and children easier. That very sacrifice is used against men and portrays them as dictators, lording their power over the vulnerable. Men have been complicit in this false narrative for too long. Men have swallowed all of this shame and criticism leveled against us, endured this endless humiliation, all the while carrying the burden of the family and society on our shoulders. How long can you be expected to do that while at the same time enduring accusations that you are part of the toxic patriarchy? My fear is that men have been silent for so long that many women have honestly forgotten that men are humans, that they have emotions, hopes, and desires of their own. That for some women, when they look at men, they see his proper role as being a slave out in the fields, working for her comfort, and she's completely justified in shaming him if he ever complains. There was this TikTok video where a man was coughing, and the wife accused him of having man flu, a disgusting sexist phrase used to diminish male suffering, designed to shame them into ignoring their needs and going back to providing for everybody else. And in this video of this wife exposing her husband's man flu, you should see the comments. They are very revealing of how women truly feel about a man's role. I get irritated immediately. Oh my God, put him outside. That would be my final straw, because what is that? Go and get his mummy. I remember being a teen and my dad getting tonsillitis. He fell to the ground like this. I got the biggest ick for my mum and told her to divorce him. Can you believe that women managed to convince everybody that they are the compassionate gender? That women are the ones who are kind and supportive? Look at the raw contempt they have for a man who stops providing for a second. So what is the solution? For some men, it's to never get married, and I can understand that. It is safer to stay single than to get married to a low-quality woman. But for some men, that's simply not an option. They're too ambitious. Yes, there are risks. Yes, it has certain inherent dangers, but if it is possible to live a happy life with a loving, supportive partner and raise children together, that's what they're going to shoot for. Just knowing that it is possible makes them willing to take that risk. And I understand that, and I'd say that that's where the perspective of my channel comes from. Everybody is welcome here, but there are probably YouTube channels designed to convince men that it's a good idea to leave the dating market completely. That's not my intention. I've been with Emily 15 years, and in my mind, I make content for men who want to recognize all of the dangers, but still want to pursue long-term monogamy with a high-quality woman. But if you're going to do that, you need to be aware of what you're walking into. You need to know the risks, and more importantly, what you can do to minimize those risks. Things to look out for, ways for you to conduct yourself in dating and in marriage so that you can prevent your life from becoming a cautionary tale. This is what I want to talk about for the remainder of this video. If you want to hear more, if you'd like to listen to me talk about how to date, how to get married in such a way that minimizes your chances of getting divorced and being unhappy, I'm going to go into a lot more depth on all of that in the full-length version of this video, which is available on Patreon. This video is not over. It continues on Patreon. That's where I post the full-length versions of my videos. What you see here on YouTube, these are just the shortened abridged videos. If you want more depth, more nuance, come on over to Patreon.